Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Arrowverse as a whole because we got a big new article that was released by the Hollywood Reporter to do with the future of the CW that we have to break down in today's video. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay, so yesterday we talked about Superman and Lois and the fact that they are bringing on a new co-showrunner of the show. Obviously that was big news in regards to Superman and Lois specifically, but today's video is different because we're going to be talking about the news to do with the CW as a whole. So the article does go a bit off track from what we normally talk about, but I feel there is some bits within the article that are extremely relevant to the future of the Arrowverse and the CW as a whole that we need to go in and go over some of the kind of irrelevant stuff and then get to the more relevant stuff in order to set the context of what's going on the CW at the moment and in terms of the deals that they're making behind the scenes. Before we actually get into it, I wanted to remind you guys that we have merchandise that's available. It's only going to be online for a couple more weeks before it's taken off because it's limited edition, and then after that we're going to be releasing a new drop of different merchandise. So for now, if you want to get the first ever drop, please be sure to go to the link in the description below and go to the dctvshow.tmail.com. That is the merchandise store, so act on it now before it's too late. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this article. So link will be in the description below to the Hollywood Reporter article that we're breaking down. The title is "The CW Makes It Official. Saudi-backed LIV or Live Golf League inks multi-year TV deal with Nexstar-owned network, the CW." And so basically the CW is going to be airing a multitude of golfing events with Live or LIV. I have no idea. I really don't know anything about the golf business, but the CW is getting into the golf business, and this follows suit in terms of what the CW has been saying as of the last 6 months, because since Nexstar took over the CW, they've basically tried to skew the network in a way to try and earn profit. Now, the ways that they're doing it are seemingly going to work in terms of getting the CW to a profitable point. But in the meantime, while they do that, they are diminishing the network in terms of what the CW is known for, and it's basically going to turn into just, a kind of normal network channel that doesn't really have an identity, which the CW has an identity and has always since Mark Pedowitz took over as head of the CW, aka the president of the CW, way back when. And obviously he's gone now, they've got new people in charge and everything's changed, the whole regime is completely different, and so it seems they are definitely skewing away from the fiction TV shows that they have. Obviously they are all scripted, they're all generally genre related or related to things that people are interested in, so like teen dramas, superhero shows and high school dramas, I guess. But basically all of them are pretty much genre related, and they're very much so into this specific demographic of kind of our age. Well, if you're around my age, in your 20s and below, and then above to maybe 40s. But the big thing that really got the Nexstar takeover people going was when they looked at the statistics of the CW, and they looked at the overall statistics of every week and how everything was run and who was watching. They found somehow that older kind of men in their 50s would be watching the network the most. However, a lot of that is actually just daytime content that they would air, or stuff that they would air that has already aired before, and it's just syndicated content that would just come out once again, and it would be a repeat showing basically. And so they pretty much were like, oh wow, this is actually kind of working. We see our audience now, let's think golf, let's think baseball, let's think sports, how can we make money? And so now they're definitely going in that direction with this announcement that the CW is getting into the golfing business. And so they have signed a multi-year deal with the Startup Golf Association that will see their golfing events air live on the CW beginning in 2023 with a tournament that begins on February 24th to 26th in Mexico. So that's the first one that's going to air on the CW. Obviously, for those of you who are Americans, this is going to be very obvious when you maybe scroll down your guide and you see the CW and you see what's playing, and it's not the kind of usual CW things. And so this is just the beginning of this. And so yeah, they've closed their deal. This is a big deal for the CW in terms of getting their financials in order. And so with Nexstar taking over, basically the main thing that us as Arrowverse fans, as fans of the CW as it used to be, we are questioning, how is there going to be any space for our shows on the network considering the direction that they're taking it? And so they've kind of tried to reassure us that yes, there's still going to be scripted shows for a younger audience on the CW, but every few weeks or months we get these reports, including in this report, that say insiders know, or at least think, that the CW is going to be moving away and having like 3 to 5 shows maximum on their network, not even in like 2 or 3 years time, but like next year. So this is what it says in the article. So local TV station owner is transforming the network from a home for scripted fare targeting a younger audience to something that it believes will be a bit broader. No kidding, it's going to be broader in terms of they're going to get other people in, but they're going to lose their core audience, that being us kind of younger people. But obviously lots of people watch the CW shows from all around, and so we're just kind of the core audience, I guess. And so the CW only expects to have 3 US scripted original series next season, including the recently renewed All Americans. So there you have it. That is the statement from the Hollywood Reporter in terms of what they know right now. Again, this could all change. Nothing is concrete, so we can only hope that there is going to be a home for our CW shows, maybe on the network or somewhere else. You would really hope that if, say, something like Superman and Lois got cancelled, that another network would swoop in and save it, maybe HBO Max. But obviously things right now over on HBO Max are very up and down as well. So it's just not a good time to be in the kind of scripted genre TV world right now, and especially it's not good to be Greg Berlanti, despite being one of the most successful television producers out there. And so let's go back over this statement. So basically they are trying to transform the CW into a different home that's going to be more broad. However, like I said, that audience is going to be a new audience, or it's going to be the audience that just kind of turn on the TV and let it play all day whilst they are maybe doing the washing, doing some cooking, and that's pretty much it. It's going to be content that people aren't going to actually be actively invested in, apart from the sports. Now, I have to say, from my standpoint, I understand why they're bringing in sports. I think it's actually a good idea for them to bring in sports, but I don't think it's worth throwing away all that the CW has worked on before. I think there could be a world where we have side by side these sports events showing on the CW, as well as the normal scripted content that the CW is used to making. But really right now, I don't have much expectations in terms of Nexstar changing their minds, because they have made it very clear the way that they want to go, and they've been releasing press release after press release, talking to the press all the time, very much so hammering it in. Although they are still promoting the new shows like The Flash and Superman Lois, they're getting people hyped for The Flash. They're making a lot of stuff. They're actually doing more than the CW arguably has done in the last few seasons, even just for The Flash. So I have to commend them. Yes, they are getting us excited, but at the same time, there is something in the back of all of our minds right now, especially those of you who are very invested in the Arrowverse and the CW shows like myself, that we don't really trust them. Like, no matter what they say about the shows, and oh, this is going to be a great season and we hope to see more, there's always going to be a doubt in our mind that no, this is not the type of stuff that they want to be making, and so they're just trying to make their last seasons popular. And so with them only expecting 3 US shows in the next season, including All American, where does that leave the Arrowverse? Well, right now we still have Superman, Lois and The Flash, but The Flash is ending this season, so that is obviously out of the picture. Superman Lois, you would hope would get another season, and considering it's one of the most popular shows on the network and it's doing pretty good in terms of viewer ratings for the network, you would hope that they would keep Superman Lois for another season, for a season 4. However, they also remark in this article that All American has been renewed already, so that is a given. So we only have 2 slots left. So I would say hopefully Superman Lois, but also you have to look at shows like Walker and its spin-off. They are actually doing pretty well and they're pretty popular right now for the CW. So I really don't know. Are they going to go for Arrowverse, or are they going to try and throw away the Arrowverse? Because I presume the Arrowverse and Superman Lois cost more money than Walker to make, just due to the very nature of the show. Would they prefer to go cheaper? They've said they want to cut costs, but also improve profit. So I guess that makes sense if they get some sort of deal. Also, I think All American has a deal with Netflix, so they're still making money on that. So if they do create future scripted content, they're going to want to try and pair it with other networks where they can sell their content after they've aired exclusively for the first time on the CW. So you would think that they would be open to that, but I really don't know the way that they're thinking. I think getting back in bed with Netflix is a perfect idea, and that would definitely offset some of the costs of making the more expensive shows like Superman Lois. Also, I have to mention, this doesn't spell good news for Gotham Knights, because I don't see them picking Gotham Knights over Walker and some of the other shows on the network. I really feel like at this point, we're going to be lucky to continue to the end of Gotham Knights Season 1. So I think everyone that's looking forward to the show, or even just are planning to watch the show, expect it to be a 1 season and done thing, because I see no way that the CW in its current form is going to renew it for a season 2. But I guess it really depends on how popular the show is when it airs. But that pretty much does it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. Remember, you can go read this article. It's in the link in the description below on thehollywoodreporter.com. Plus, remember to buy my merchandise, limited edition, guys. It's not going to be around forever. It's very cool. A lot of you guys have already bought it, and I want to give a shout out to everyone that's done that. You are awesome, and I appreciate you. And so anyone from now on that gets any merch before it goes away in a couple of weeks, you're going to be included in one of the videos, and I'm going to include a photo of you wearing the merch, and I'll shout out your social media or whatever you're on. But for now, remember to subscribe if you are new. Also turn on notifications so you get notified about every video that I make. We are uploading daily. I have to remind you that The Flash is beginning its final season in just over a week's time. So we're going to be doing plenty of coverage on The Flash's final season, so stick around for that. And also remember to click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video. And so for now, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.